actor. So I'm sure you can understand that.
Okay.
You know, it won't be as if someone from the BBC is reading it, for instance. So anyway, okay, all right. So this is a section, as I say, when the breakout section, which I alluded to earlier on. So right, okay. So I'll start halfway through. It's about a page and a bit. So right, okay. Shots landed at the far end of the area as Red Team finally arrived. Instead of hurting it, the bullets seemed to infuriate the Golfin as it headed towards the retreating Red Team. The fire died down, and Eleanor saw a chance. Noticing the harness the Golfin was wearing, if she could get close enough, there was a chance of firing straight into the weak spot that was barely visible just above where the neck joined the base of the skull. The voice in Eleanor's head said, "Still not finished, you crazy bitch, Ellie. I wonder where you've gone, I thought. I thought I'd shut up. Lucky shot. Bet you don't get lucky again," came the response. The pain from her wounds was making her faint, but deep within, Eleanor found the strength that 1,000 nights of pain and tears had given her. Taking a deep breath, she ran towards the rear of the tottering creature. In a single leap, she jumped on the towering back, cricking onto the harness. The Golfin turned round in surprise as Eleanor clung on, legs swinging out, striking the wall. Some bullets flew off the skin, narrowly missing her before she heard of a distant voice. "Hold your fire! Hold fire!" The arms of the Golfin reached frantically behind, trying to rid itself of this new torment. With her free hand, she took aim at the weak spot and squeezed the trigger once again. The round struck the reinforced skull, but none found their mark. Eleanor shouldered her gun as she hauled herself up, desperately trying for a better aim. The shaking in violence as she was beginning to lose her grip, as the strength in her arm began to fail. "Come on, Ellie, you can do it. Don't fail me now," she encouraged herself. She dug her foot into the base of the harness and pushed herself up in a final desperate effort. A trembling hand closed around the gun as once again she took aim and pulled the trigger. The beast let out an almost tearful groan as a single shot struck the edge of the weak spot. As the magazine emptied and the gun fell silent, the last of her strength left her arms and her hold failed. But instead of falling to the floor, she found herself heading weightlessly towards the wall. The upside-down image of the Golfin floating helplessly past just as he struck the wall, bounding back towards the thrashing bull of deadly fury. Quickly changing the magazine, Eleanor pointed her gun in the general direction of the Golfin and blindly fired. The proximity of the bullets caused the Golfin to squeal in pain and rage. The gun's recoil slowed Eleanor down, but still she was heading directionally towards the crazed monster. One of the claws hurled round in a wide arc, as tight as blindly sought one last act of vengeance on his tormentor. She managed to twist her body, feeling the breeze of death pass a couple of inches from her face. The gnashing teeth were closing in, the mouth opening in welcome for the final morsel. There was an explosion of aqua that ripped through the head of the Golfin, blasting into Eleanor. Coming gently to rest, she was face to face with the glistening spear-white teeth and empty eye sockets of the dead Golfin. Eleanor shrunk back in horror and disgust, then kicked herself away, feeling cold and weak. Red globules of blood, which she knew were hers, floated in front of her. Out of the corner of her eye, she caught a brief glimpse of a round shape. She turned and saw the severed head of one of the Golfin's victims drifting gently past, its fixed gaze staring out at her from the land of death. The voice was silent as a vision grew, and then darkness welcomed her into its open arms.
Wow, it's very hardcore. Yeah, lots of action and emotion in there. Huh? Do you have another part you want to read?
Yes, I've got another part.
Right.
Right. Okay. So this is a conversation between the head of the base and the head of security, and she's been caught sending some rather nasty emails and lies. So anyway, I will read this section. So Selena is the base commander. So Selena stared back at Jordan coolly. Noble sentiments indeed, Mr. Harris, also completely unrealistic in the world we inhabit. It's sink or swim time, and I've all got a personal choice to make. The revulsion was etched on every line of Jordan's face, each little red vein in his bloodshot eyes a river of fury flowing from within. Yet he spoke calmly. And we both know what the choice is, don't we? Money and power, the company's stock price above everything else, and those nice little share options when you get back to Earth. Selena smiled and shook her head. In an ideal world, I'm all for morals along with the hearts and flowers approach as much as anyone else. But the difference between you and I, Mr. Harris, is that I'm a realist and that money will always win over morals. You can't raise an army on morals. You can't eat morals. Morals won't stop you from freezing to death or dying from thirst. They're just a useful tool to motivate people to do your will and maintain the powerful. Does that make you moral or me immoral? You look at the entire history of the human race.
I love it. That's
Kings,
great.
religions, politicians, and then the supernatural corporations. Of course, they will espouse the common good. But then again, those with money say that, wouldn't they? That's their mantra. It's for the good of all. That they have done the right thing and their sacrifices are worthwhile. But as soon as the crisis is over, they'll be just as screwed over as those who defeated in the name of so-called morals. Only in your warped world, dog-eat-dog world, he affirmed, the rest of us are forced to live by the consequences. But your biggest fear is that they'll realise it's all just a big confidence trick, where people like you are just as fragile as everyone else, and you can be swept away down the sewer where you belong. Very profound, Mr. Harris. But some of us are just born lucky, and others are come into this world to suffer and die. Selena furrowed her eyebrows and nodded in mock agreement, pursing her lips in equally insincere sympathy. Thank you for sharing your thoughts and kind words with me, she continued. I'll be sure to pass them on, but I'm sure, as you can appreciate, I have a very busy day ahead of me tomorrow, and I have things that need attending to. Please return to your duties, and I hope to see you tomorrow morning. That's it.
All right. Thank you.
That's all right. You're welcome.
Yeah, if anybody wants to get your book, I'm going to put your name out there. They're going to see your website, your email, so they can reach you.
Thank you.
If they want to look, if they can't find the book on Amazon, they can always reach you.
Yes.
And it will be posted on my podcast, so they can see it. It's always going to be there. So, is there anything else you want to add?
No, thank you. Thank you very much indeed. I
All right.
actually enjoyed it.
It was great to have you, and I'm definitely look over your book. Sounds like a great book, so I hope many other people are gonna check it out too. Thank you. Bye.
I'm so sorry. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care.